Hello! Yeah, next time you what? Next time you're alive.
What?
I don't know what you just said.
I spy with my life.
Oh, I think the next time I'm alive. I think how many times you get resurrected. Hello, it's your speaking of resurrection. It's kind of weird because it's Moon Knight. This is welcome back to the Moon Knight review show. The moon is full.
The moon is bright.
The bits up in the sky.
All day night.
All day night. All day of the night. Well, suppose technically it is in the sky all day, just when it's our day, but it's up in the sky somewhere else. So you're not wrong. It's just that's very technical, like gotcha thing. That was a nice little sing song for Moon Knight episode 2, spoiler heavy review. Yay! Yes, episode 2 is up, done, dusted. I think I'm going to go through, because again, there's not Jags and notes, mate, because again, there's some shit. I think I'm going to run through my notes first, and then I want your reaction, because again, this is a show that's going to try and win you over, remember, because you're not going into this thinking, I can't really, whatever it is your opinions are, so I think I'm going to save your initial reaction to afterwards. We'll run through naughty notes, and then we'll get Chrissy's opinion. Okay. So, did Chris find it good or bad? Has he decided to win him over yet? We will find out soon. Right, my naughty notes. Here's something I didn't notice from episode 1, mate.
You didn't?
No, but apparently it's happened. The second time it was obvious. You can't miss it. But apparently it's going to happen in every episode. There is a QR code. Did you ever see the QR code?
Yes.
Yes, apparently it's going to happen in every episode. And you can physically scan it and you'll get a free edition of a certain Moon Knight comic book.
I tried to scan the first one.
Where was the first one? I didn't notice it.
Do you know when he was talking to the young girl, when she was playing with a little volcano?
Yeah.
And he points it over to the statue, so they walk over to the statue.
Yeah.
As they walk over, you're just seeing on the wall.
Well done, Chris. I didn't spot the first one. I've gone. I should have gone back and look at it, but I haven't. But this one is obviously.
I tried to scan it.
Not work.
I couldn't get it up. Again.
Yeah, well, they're giving away. Obviously, it's not worked for Chris, so hopefully it works for everybody else. You just get a free digital comic. This time, you get a free digital comic of Werewolf by Night and this certain issue that he made his debut. So you get that comic book. You just get Moon Knight related comics, but it's just the digital copies. There's not wrong with them. I just prefer hard copies. So yeah. We find out Mark Spector, the passport we see, is from Chicago, just like in comics. It's officially confirmed, I said it last week, that Layla is playing the MCU version of Marlene, his love interest, but they've just changed the name. Don't know why. I'm sure there'll be a reason. There was quite cool, if you notice on his bookshelf, because this is where I love to try and look at shit. His bookshelf got loads of weird titles. See if you can see who you can reference this is to. He's got a book titled Man in the Ice. You don't think that's a reference to, Chris?
Man in the Ice. Who's that a reference to? Dr. Freeze? Mr. Freeze?
That's DC, pal. I don't think he's going to be fighting Batman villains anytime soon. Come and think about it. Man in the Ice. It's the only one obvious Marvel character. He was frozen in ice and got frozen 70 years later.
Steve?
Hey, Captain America. Chris got there in the end. Mark's, again, this is the numbers one. I love the numbers ones. Mark Spector's file numbers references comic book debut of 1975 and issue 32 in Werewolf by Night. There's so much of this Werewolf by Night shit coming out everywhere. It's fucking mental. We hear... yeah, the 1975 it is. Yeah, it is. They sing that chocolate. Yeah. You are right. Do you remember because you looked, even though you looked confused, I don't know if you were. You remember me explaining who he is and how he was made? You basically got the full explanation of this in this episode, didn't you? So if I would have shut my mouth and waited an episode, you'd have got it anyway. Which is fucking thingy. This is quite cool. The magic that Arthur Harrow used to stop Thingy was again something we've seen the difference between magic. It's bright purple, very much like.
I get that.
Hey, I remember that one. You look at my fucking. No, yeah. So I don't know if because they do have. We know that chaos magic in this universe is the red. We have Doctor Strange's colours. We've got this. Yes. I don't know if they're going to do a similar sort of path, but they could be link up connections or whatever.
Could be.
GRC on the London bus, which stands for the Global Reputation Council, which made its debut in another MCU show, mate. You know what that show was?
What's it called?
The GRC. The GRC.
The GRC.
They're a group to help people coming back and handle the aftermath of the snap. So they're there. They were set up to try and help stabilize and resettle
Was
people
this on a
back
show or a film?
Show.
Show.
The group that made their debut in which other show?
It's just got to be Falcon and Soldier.
Hey, got it, mate. Yeah, so it was quite cool. So it's not a direct nod, but they nodded to an organisation that made its debut in the Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is pretty cool. Again, Werewolf by Night shit everywhere. Top of the bus, because I love looking out for the numbers, the bus says WBN 32, Werewolf by Night, issue 32, Moon Knight's debut. So more werewolf shit. Mr. Knight variant, they showed you the Mr. Knight variation where it's the suit and just the regular mask, which is Mark's sort of, not Mark's, thingy's variation, because it's bring out the suit and that's what happens, but it's still him in control as opposed to Mark Spector, Grant. So we see that variation. So we know he still has abilities and whatnot, but it's not it's Mark's control is the full-on gimmick, and then when Grant takes over, it's this schneidi, mental, what the fuck gimmick, which I personally absolutely do. I can't wait to get the Funko Pop of it. This one's quite cool, mate. This one's quite cool. Quite cool. His moon daggers, do you know what they're made of, pal? Do you know what his moon stabby daggy waggers are made of?
Well, we're going to go down Black Panther's territory, or we're going to go down X-Men territory.
X-Men territory! They are made from the same metal that is coated on Wolverine's skeleton. Adamantium, which is absolutely fucking cool as fuck. Again, it's not saying, look X-Men, but it's another thing. We've got X-Men related, because obviously that metal is just related to Wolverine over in this thingy. So that we are getting that ever a step closer. And then finally, my last little note is we have end the episode with Mark Spector in full control, where Grant's now in the back of the... Yeah, because it still hasn't fully established in the show which one is the main body. So there we go.
There we go.
I'm pretty sure it is Mark Spector, and the Grant one is made up. And again, I have to say praise to Oscar Isaac, because in that one episode, he played the portrayal of Grant, Mark, and the two different variations of Moon Knight. So, oh my god, regardless of what you think of the show, this guy's playing 4 different roles in the same thing, and he has to bounce back and forward. He's a fucking absolute brilliant bastard, and I love the bloke. So there was my naughty notes. What did you think of the episode, Chris? You liked it, you don't like it, what not?
I didn't mind it, to be fair.
It's a bit more of a positive, didn't mind.
Yeah, I didn't mind this one. I still think his British accent is annoying.
Oh, see, you are right, it's dodgy, but I fucking love it.
But since you mentioned Carl Pilkington,
yeah,
you can fucking hear it in his voice.
That's another reason why I love it, man. Because I fucking adore Carl Pilkington. And like I said to you, the fact that Carl Pilkington inspired a future main member of the MCU, I'm like, this world can't get any more weird. The guy that loves Monster Munch and complaining about shit has inspired a voice.
I'm still on the offence, to be fair.
Yeah, well, okay.
But it's not bad. I'll still keep watching. Wasn't too sure on the voice of the creature person.
Arishem.
That's the one. Wasn't too sure on that voice.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was a bit... but... Yeah,
we saw some images of next episode where Moon Knight's suit's absolutely plastered in blood. So something chaotic's going to go up next. Because now we're in Egypt, aren't we?
Yes, we finished in Egypt.
So we can see all the weirdness going on there, which
weird compass thing.
I can't wait for more Egyptian mythology. I thoroughly, again, I enjoyed this episode so fucking much. The different, again, the combat between Moon Knight, transitioning between Mr. Knight and Moon Knight, going for that, grabbing his dagger from the moon. I personally enjoyed the dialogue between him and Arishem. I love the way that it was going over, and I love that thing he was constantly saying, oh, what's he saying now? I bet he's saying this. And you're like, oh my fucking god, yeah, it's right in the... And the way that Arishem is just in the back looking, all this, I thought this is just fucking... The scene in the lockup where the lights are flashing is... I'm like, oh my god. I think it's because of my love back in from the Mummy. Anything related to like mummies and Egyptians, I've always been curious and fascinated to see it like this. I'm like, this is creepy as fuck.
It's just them lights are creepy. Who knows them lights?
Yeah, I know, it's stupid. You kind of get on the thing. You're like, okay, so is Arishem completely good? Is he what's his? Because he does seem a little bit meh. But again, obviously he's being swayed by what's his face to join and whatnot. I absolutely fell in love with it. I love when Layla comes up and she picks her up and he's literally thinking, I ain't got a fucking clue who you are. She's like, yeah, whatever, stop with the accent. And like, she even mentioned stop with the dodgy accent. So they made a rip on it. And he's like, I haven't got a fucking clue, love. Yeah, I can't find any fault with it. I'm so happy that the MCU is still going down these routes of let's just get away from the guy with the big muscles being super strong, stop the bad guy. Let's go weird and supernatural and dodgy and mental.
It's a weird one though because he hasn't Oscar. He hasn't got a contract. I was reading into it. He hasn't been given a specific contract.
Well, maybe they're just going to wait to see how well this does.
I think that's what it is because he hasn't been. He doesn't know if they're going to be there for 5 minutes or he's going to be there for 5 years.
Well, so far, 2 episodes in, they've both reached. One's hit 9.1 and one's hit 8. The first one was 8.9. The second one was 9.1. It's all 85% upwards everywhere. So at the minute, it's doing well. But that's 2 episodes in. Maybe it'll fall flat. The last 4. We don't know yet. So I'm assuming when Disney see at the end of it, if it was all on the highs, they'll say, right, come on then. Because, mate, literally at the end of this, all we need now is Blade to walk in. He's recruited Black Knight. Let's go get Moon Knight.
Well, there's a rumour that he was going to appear.
Well, we heard Mark Ruffalo's going to appear in this, didn't we?
So it wouldn't surprise me if it's towards the end.
Mate, and if we get a lineup, I'm getting goosebumps now thinking we've got the Black Knight there, Moon Knight, Blade, whenever the Werewolf by Night shit comes out, a couple of others, Ghost Rider eventually. We can have this completely... The Universal monsters they wanted to try and create, Disney can now just go and do it and say, well, listen, we've got our mummy guy, we've got our ancient ghost sword guy, we've got our vampire guy, and be like, well, we'll just do it. And it's fucking, I would be so happy for whether they do it in a show or whether they do it in a film. We have a bunch of these. I don't want to call them because they're not the Dark Avengers, but I'm just for the sake of lack of a better word, Dark Avengers. Yeah. Crazy shenanigans. Let's call them the Supernatural Avengers. I think that's fucking it's sexy. Yeah, the whole show was amazing. Did you like the Mr. Knight outfit? Did you think it was gay, corny? What?
I quite liked the outfit and his character. It's like
see the way the way he dropped down, he went like that, and he went, and he hit. And he was like, because he goes, felt like a butterfly, sting like a bee. What did he say? Yeah, and he takes a piss. He's proper chuffed and buzzing, isn't he? And I feel sorry for him because he still isn't quite clued up what's going on. Because I love the look in Oscar Isaac's eyes when people are talking to him. He's eating that soup and he's like, yeah, okay. It's fucking great. I love the lostness. Like when he's Mark, you can see, I know what's going on, I'm determined, I'm strong, I'm ready to go. And when he switches, he's just like, I haven't got a clue what is going on. And I don't know, I fall in love with this switching back and forward. So I'm just so ready for the next few fucking things, mate. I'm so happy. It gets a solid 10 out of me still. I'm happy that you've swayed a little bit more this time around. You're a little bit more optimistic. Hopefully you can get bigger and better for you. Honestly, mate, instead of now just leaning on to the next Avenger, yeah. The way this is going to end and lean on to the most mental weird shit.
Like I said, I will continue watching it, obviously, because we speak about it. And I will try and push myself away from the voice. Obviously, I can't get myself away from the voice. So.
Not too much, because these are our reviews, so I want your reviews to be like, shit, awful, great, amazing, didn't like.
No, yeah. But, like I said, I will try and concentrate more on the character and what's happening and not. Hey, it's fucking President!
Yeah, straight away. Hey! I got the drain cover again. Straight away, that was the first thing you picked up on. And to be fair, it'd be hard for that to go out your head.
Yeah. I know. But. Like so, we shall see what happens in the next episode. Quite interested in now if he's all blooded up and everything else.
That's what the pictures we got. Like I said, with this multiversal crack, it's going to make, just think about it. I'm personally looking forward to, I don't know if this is going to happen. Say in 5 years' time we have a lineup. We have Janus 4. We have War Machine being our main Iron Man. We have Spider. We have Daredevil. We have Moon Knight. And this big lineup of Avengers doing whatever the fuck it is they're doing. Like imagine when the likes of the new Captain America and Bucky meet up with Moon Knight and they're like, so what's your gimmick? And Oscar's like, well, I've got a guy in my head and he transforms into an Egyptian guy. And I can just see Bucky and Sam being like, yeah, we've seen weird, mate, you're fine. And they'll be used to it by now. It's just, I can picture the scenes already, mate. Because like imagine when they're like, okay, this weird Cockney guy, what's he going to do? Then he transformed and then Cap's there like, alright, you can no worries. It's going to be fucking awesome, man. I'm just so happy, mate. And honestly, At the minute, every Disney show for me, whether it's been Falcon Winter Soldier, WandaVision, like whoever, it's just not disappointed.
To be fair, they're cracking it out, aren't they? They've been really well.
And mate, have you seen all the teasers for Obi-Wan? Obi-Wan, this is going to sound so stupid. This could be me looking way into it. A lot of people aren't happy with Star Wars shit, right? And like a couple of the shows, some people are annoyed at Boba Fett. Ewan McGregor was doing an interview and they're like, so do you reckon people are gonna like the show and all that? And he goes, before he answers, he smirks like that and he goes, and he stops off and he goes, yeah, I think people are gonna love this show. And then like, he walks away and you can see him say something to, I don't know if it's missing where he's smirking again. I'm thinking, what happens in this show, mate, that you're not allowed to say? Because the way they go, he's like, well, so people are going to join the show. And he goes, yeah, I think people are going to love this show. And I'm like, okay, so you fucking up with Vader? Is the Kal-El, whatever the fuck his name is from the video game? Because he's rumored to pop in. Is that going to happen?
Well, Samuel was going to be popping as well.
Is Mace Windu coming? Yeah. Apparently there's 2 duels between him and Vader, apparently. And I am so ready. Disney Plus, again, I know you're not as Moon Knight fanboy as me, but yeah. But all of it's just absolutely fucking beautiful.
I mean, they're doing something. They're doing something.
So fucking happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, there we go. Visuals. It gets a perfect 10 for me, Chris.
I'm going to give it an 8.
What did you give it the week before? Because I should have kept an 8.
I can't remember.
Alright, we'll remember Chris gave it an 8 this week, so we'll see if it gets a 9 or if it drops down to a 7 or a 6 or 5 next week for Chris. But there we go. What did you think, visuals? Let us know in the comments below. Are you looking forward to? Are we saying Blade at the end? It's got to be Blade, or at least Jon Snow, or somebody of that capacity at the end.
I'm going to say Werewolf.
Werewolf by Night could be a fucking...
Especially if he's fucking keeps all these little Easter eggs.
Yeah, it's where he made his debut.
And obviously we are getting a series.
Yeah, you could be absolutely spot on there, mate. We will find out. The Goosebumps have just come underneath the hottest merch in the game. Visuals, thank you for listening. That was Moon Knight Spoiler Heavy Review, episode 2. Back next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Visuals, keep being you, keep on keeping on.
And as always, my people, love you, bye.
Plain flower.